welcome to my desk. I'm just doing a new journal, and this one is a sewing one. I've done the cover, which is fabric covered book with a piece of my stitching on the front, and these are my covers for the back. And I've got this, which is something I've been dying to use for ages. It's not really my colours, but I want to use some of it and mix it up with some vintage. So this is part of it. So I'm not going to put them on right now because that's just, you know, that's just gluing. So the cover is ready. So these are my 3 signatures, and the outside of each one has this dressmaker's tissue, and inside are just various pages. And there is nothing, I haven't done anything else. So this is all I've got so far. And what I want to do is decorate these up using some bits and pieces I've got out today. And I thought I'd just drag you along with me. So the first thing I usually do when I start a new journal is grab my stencils out. This is the ones I use the most often, mostly flowers, and I sort of try and go with the colours that I'm going to use. And this little set has sort of these pale colours that I want to use, and I have got myself some of these little brushes. So we thought, let's have a little play and just do some light stenciling all the way through the book. Just like this. And I will go on all the pages, putting little stencils and because I don't know where I'm putting pockets or anything, I may go over some of them like later on, but I'm not worried. See, I've got bits of pink here, so I'm thinking a lovely big pink swirl at the top, maybe like that. And just I usually pick out like little bits. I sometimes don't do the whole one. I will sometimes just get a little bit like this and just do that, and maybe come down the other side just to make some sort of pattern on my book to start with. So I'm going to go through and do that with all my various stencils. Oh, that's done. And as you can see, I've just gone through and done a bit of stenciling on all the pages. And I've done that in all the books. We're going to decorate the first page of this signature. And I know I have stenciled it, but I am going to put a pocket on here. And it's going to be an interactive pocket. So I'm going to have it sort of like this, an opening. So this is going to go on there. And I also want something sort of tallish on top of it. And I do have this little embroidery book that is very old and no use to anybody because it's a bit old-fashioned. So I thought I might use this. And there's some really nice things in it that we might be able to use. There we go. Look, there's a pretty pink page. That will go with our flowers. Now, I am now thinking I don't really want to cover up all my stenciling, so I can just swap my pages round. I can put that page there, like that. And what I might do is, where's that gone? Yeah, this needs just trimming down. So we're just going to take a bit off the bottom and the top and neaten up the edges. You're not going to see all of it, which is a bit of a shame, but hey, got some nice grungy paper there we can use. Right, now I'm just going to get this one bit of the signature, and we're going to leave the rest over there because it's going to get confusing. So there's a lot going on there. I did a lot of stenciling. Have I cut it small enough? Nope. Let's take some more off. It's roughly straight, and we need this to be this way. Definitely not straight, but hey, it's a junk journal. It doesn't have to be straight. So this will go on top. Oh, I could go underneath. No, let's put it on top. At least we'll be able to see some of it. And then this is going to come over like that. And then we just got to figure out a way of keeping this down. So I'm thinking maybe something coming down from the top, a big flap or something. And I'm going to decorate it afterwards. So we're just going to stick them down and see what's going on. Let's just straighten this up. I've done a rubbish job, haven't I? Let's straighten it up and just make it look a little bit neater. There we go. It'll all stick down in the end. Now, so far so good. All we need to do now is make some sort of flip down so that we can hold this like that, because that's just... Now I've got some of this left over. What about if we did that and put a little flip there? That might hold it down, wouldn't it? So I'm going to get a little bit of fabric. This back. So let's just cut ourselves a little strip. This is probably going to be much too big, but I need to get my sewing machine out. About there. And I'm going to stitch that onto there and onto my page, and that will hold that down. And all I've got to do then is maybe some stenciling or some embellishing on the envelope. Okay, and then make some tags, obviously. So I'm going to quickly go and do that so we've got all the pieces done. Okay, so I did this, and I did it too low down, so it was a bit floppy, but I think it will still work, I hope. So we're going to go for it. That holds it down. It comes out the bottom, but do you know what? We don't mind, do we? Okay. Flip you out the way. Where am I going to have my tag? I'm going to have one in there, in this pocket. So should we have one at the top there? Or should we have one on the side? I think we'll just go for the side. Just trim it up there. If I have it on there, I don't know, we'll have to like stop it there somewhere. So there's our pocket on this side. And what we'll do is a little notch there. Just come on. Somewhere there. And we'll glue this down. And that is pretty much the pocket, the basic pocket done. You can just then embellish it however you like. We'll get that on nice and straight. Well, you know, as straight as. Flip out pocket. We can put another one on there, another little tuck spot. Just need a bit of something. How about we just use a bit more of this? That will then bring it all together, won't it? Let's make another little pocket there. It may round them edges. Sharp edges, not for me. Might round these. Round these. I've got to ink them up, but I'm not going to spend ages inking. And then we've got another little pocket there. All we have to do then is make some tags. I'm going to add this little pocket on. Oh yeah, I wanted to just embellish it first, didn't I? So what we're going to pop on it, I have some vintage ledger here we could add, just as a little bit of a something. Just hide all that mess there, really. And pop our little pocket on. Oh, we haven't done a notch. Somewhere around about there. I always forget them. These are just old ones that I've had lying around. I don't think, oh, it might just fit. Might fit better in there if I put like a tag on it. Nope, it's getting lost in there and it's too little for there. Too big for there. That one fits. This just needs its edges off. I don't know whether they were digitals or just cut aparts that I've had in my stash for quite a while, and I'm just using them up. I prefer not to use digitals unless I have to, but now I'm not sure that glue's dry. I have this, which I think maybe we could have as the base of our card, or is that too much? It's quite a lot, isn't it? It's quite in your face. In your face. Let's use this. It's just a scrap, and I think it's going to fit. Maybe a little bit too... Oh, no, it will. Will that? No. Right, so we need to take a little bit off. I thought it was a bit too good to be true. Let's take this edge off because I've got a bit of a stencil going on there. Again, not straight. Will that one fit in? There we go. So that will go in there. That can go over. We could even put something like this. Oh no, that's going on there. That's going in there. We'll pop you in. And then I'll need something on the front here. Okay, so very quickly finish this off now. And all I need to do is make some tags. So one in there. This one we need to embellish up. Whoop, flip. I may put a magnet on there yet. So I'm thinking music paper. maybe, glued on there. Okay, I think that's always a good idea. Cover something with music paper for a background. It's very, oh, just butchered my corner. It's just a lovely background, isn't it? Now I really don't want to use this really strong glue because I want to pop on just a few of these. Maybe that big pink one, because I think that'd go really nicely. So I'm just, yeah, I'm thinking there. But this glue is super strong. So I'm going to see if I've got anything else. Watered down PVA, so this might be better. I've got so many different glues, it's ridiculous. Right, because you don't need very strong glue. I haven't got any glue sticks at the moment. I am completely out of glue sticks. I don't know how it happened. I really don't. But it's happened. So we'll just pop that on. And we're going to have to let that dry, and then I'm going to cut it out and stitch around it, and that'll be my tag. I need one for in there. What was I going to do? What was I going to do? I don't know. Oh, just covered in glue. Was I going to make a little book? I might have been making a little book, you know. That's what I might have been doing. So I've got these scraps of paper out. I could make a little book to write in. That might be good. Bit too big. Right, let's see if we can cut this in a sort of straight line. Maybe the first time for everything. There we go. Little booklet, just a couple of pages. I may do a couple more. I think there was another piece, wasn't there? Because that's quite a big pocket. But then I don't want my page to be too heavy. So I'll just put a cover on it. There we go. Wonder if this is big enough. Oh, it might fit. Just a scrap. If I can find the edge again. Just there. I can just see it. It's almost big enough. Not quite, but almost. And what we'll do, oh, it's upside down. Oh, we'll have this at the front. I can just do a staple in the middle of this. I'll just have to fold this up a bit. And oh no, I don't want to go that way because I want my smooth bit on the outside. So 1, 2. Yes, I know there's a crease, but I haven't got a long arm stapler. Okay. And I can put a label or something on the front of that. So that can go in there. Still a bit more to do. And that will got to dry and go in. And at the front, I found this little piece, which I thought would look really cool. Cool. And then I'm going to need another tag. You can never have too many pockets. This journal, I think, is going to be quite a chunky one. Surprise, surprise. There we go. And I've still can embellish this with lace, trims and all sorts, because obviously it's going to have a lot of sewing in it. Okay, so what we need is something in the pocket. So I'll work on that. We'll pop something in there. And I am thinking of maybe putting a magnet just inside the envelope and one there to hold that down. But I'll have a think about that and we might finish that next time. See you soon. Bye for now.